All right, déjà vu, being back with Linda Kronby. This was almost a year since we spoke last time, at least in these kind of interviews.
It was, I think, almost a year since we saw each other in person last time.
Yeah, exactly.
I was visiting the office in Malmö.
Yeah, you're in Stockholm and we're in Malmö, and something called, what's it called? Is it COVID or Corona? The China flu that came in between. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? No, I know, and because you started in March, which everybody I think can remember. That was sort of before it actually had. You were down here in March because we had this interview here, and you were still allowed to travel, even if we in Skåne we never really liked having people from Stockholm because in the first wave of the pandemic, you were much worse hit than we were here in the south, weren't you?
Yeah, we were, but I think at the time when I was down there, I don't think we were aware of the situation quite fully.
No, I know. And I think I went to India, early March, and I was lucky to get out of India because, I left India, I think it was on the 12th of March, and just a few days later, they closed India for 4 months completely. No planes, no nothing. So I would have been stranded in India, which would have been really a weird experience for 4 months. So we didn't really see that coming. But Linda, your role at that point is because we had such a great trip going to India in February around digital cash, and we had so much interest. And I had this follow-up trip as well. And then the idea was that you're going to work with. India is one thing, but all these deals could go international. But then the deals didn't come in the pace we were thinking because of India closed down, and we had to sort of think of other things for you. So, and I'm sorry, and I know it's out of my control, and I hope you appreciate that we have tried to do the best of your year anyway. And I know you have done the best out of the year as well. So tell me, or tell us, how have you seen 1 year or almost a year with Crunchfish?
No, I mean, time has been flying. Obviously, I think when you get older, time flies by faster.
Yeah, it accelerates, doesn't it?
Yeah, most people say that. But naturally, I mean, it's looking back at my career, it's been I've never experienced anything like it because of the situation, not being able to meet your colleagues in person and have that daily chat by the coffee machine and all that interaction, where I'm used to picking up on most of the gossip or know what's going on, and so that part has been missing for this year. And the other thing,
a little bit also, Linda, because of your situation, because you came from GS1, and I met Staffan and some other of your good colleagues there, and up in Stockholm, and you were a good team, and all of a sudden you are our bridgehead into Stockholm, and working all by yourself at I guess you have people around you at Epicenter, where you have this co-working space in Stockholm.
Exactly. I think it's also one of the reasons why I chose Epicenter, because there's a lot of people in circulation there, and also very good community for networking and such. So obviously that has helped quite a deal. But also the fact that I think all of us during the last year have had to learn how to engage with clients or potential clients in a digital way that we've never experienced before, which is new. It's also quite difficult to get to know people and get meetings with people that you don't have any connections with. Usually that's solved going to seminars or attending after works or whatever physical events there are available to attend. It's been quite easy in the past, but who doesn't love challenges moving forward? Yeah. I've learned a lot this year, so I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, as I said, it's been you know, we didn't change your role immediately from the you know, you came in March and that was your focus, but then all of a sudden we sort of, India was just being in a way postponed because they were locked in, the whole country. Obviously there were many people working from home, but it was such a shock for, I think, the Indian society. All of a sudden all offices, only very essential services open, all you know, private offices closed. And that meant everything sort of came a bit to a halt when it came to new projects and what we were talking about. They said, we just have to take care of our customers and our own employees. We can't start anything new now. So but we're out of that now in India. But you started doing other things, didn't you? So what have you been up to, except for getting Corona as well? Because I felt sorry for you, because you really were down with it yourself and your family, and it was sort of tough on you for a while.
Yeah, I think 4 out of 5 family members had it.
Yeah.
The 5th one is too young. We're not quite sure.
Yeah.
But so that was an experience also. But it definitely helped coming out on the other side and knowing that you had some antibodies for a while.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely acting now like they're gone. So, which I presume they are.
Yeah.
Don't want to catch it again. But no, since we realized that things were not going according to plan, I've been spending a lot more time on the subject of food waste.
Yeah.
And it's a patent perhaps that you want to explain a little bit more about to the audience.
Yeah, it came from well, this was me in a way putting two things together. My knowledge about how Clearon, how they are a national sort of clearinghouse for coupons in Sweden, and how that worked. I had quite a good understanding of that. And then meeting you guys at GS1, it was sort of you and Staffan, and you explained to me that it's going to be something new now, that it's not going to be barcodes anymore. Gradually, we will move to QR codes instead at each product. And that means that every single product could have an individual type of marking. These things that we see with our eyes, you know, the best before date, that's printed. So they do print individual information, but it's not just machine readable. And now with this QR code, that's this sort of with the new GS1 digital link that's coming. And I sort of realized that we could use that for one thing, for food. That's why we could use it for more things than just food waste. But I thought that's the biggest use case, is that, you know, I read about that in the United Nations, is more than a third of all food which is being produced is thrown away, which is sad for many. You know, it's costly and it's sad because some people are starving in the world, and it's costly for the environment, and it's, you know, it's not good by any means. And I thought, if we're really gonna change this, what we have to do is to engage, I believe, the consumers on a really broad scale when it comes to that you're not always picking the freshest product. If you can, but we need to give them something for being sort of climate conscious. If you are taking a decision which is not the freshest, well, let's give them a discount, but that needs to be automated. But by putting these two things together, my understanding of discount coupons and so on, and the GS1 marking, I saw that here we can have discounts that magically just is being created at the point of sale. And I think that's a possibility to engage the consumer base. Yeah, sorry, it was a bit long-winded, but over to you to confirming, because you've been working and talking to people about it. Is this sort of was that a reasonable explanation?
It was. It's a good explanation. So it's just applying dynamic pricing based on the best before date. To drive consumer interest. And as late as yesterday, I was attending a webinar on the theme food waste. It was a big project going on here in Sweden, and they had conducted a survey asking consumers, how would you like to be engaged around food waste when you're in a store? And most consumers had responded by a discount in price. That's something that would definitely drive their behavior or make a shift. And it was extremely good to hear. But also in the past couple of months, I've been spending a lot of time discussing to various interested parties in Sweden around this question. And there is no doubt nobody can say that they're not interested in this.
Yeah, because it's a whole ecosystem here. It is the sort of the like the grocery stores. I know you've been talking to some big sort of grocery retailers, and they confirm that this is part of their sustainability type of.
Yeah, actually, matter of fact, we've just talked to a couple of them, but looking at all of them, what they have in common, the Swedish grocery trade, is that this on top of their agenda to try and accomplish the UN Agenda 2030 goal to help the per capita food waste, both in the retailer and consumer, on the consumer side. So it's definitely there. So we know that we have their attention, and when we are ready to shift up the gear on food waste, we know we have an audience for this.
Yeah, but it's also we need to engage. So they are definitely willing to take part, the merchants, and then there's the suppliers, because they need to then change the markings in order to not have barcodes, these sort of barcodes. So you're going to have instead this QR code, so you can represent more.
Exactly, and I think this is where we have the biggest obstacle. And what currently is kind of stopping us from moving forward, it is that the suppliers need to shift from the traditional striped barcode into a two-dimensional code, like the QR code, where we can actually have the best before date incorporated and read by the cash register immediately in order for us to apply this.
But I think the good thing is that we can do it gradually. We can win them. You know, I like the strategy divide by conquer. So you take one and then you show it, and then you create the snowball effect. So it's not like, you know, if we were to get Arla, for instance, the manufacturer of a lot of our dairy products, you know, if they start, they will show something, and then because it's this discount would be paid either by the supplier, in this case Arla, or it will be paid by the merchant, I guess. But they have a huge cost anyway, don't they, for logistics and for scrapping, and it's not just that it's your conscience trying to that you know, complying to United Nations goals. It is also that this is a costly thing in the industry with food waste.
It is. It's costing a lot of money, so there's obviously a lot of savings to do moving on with this. And as you say, we can do it step by step. And we already see today many suppliers that have put the QR code on their packaging, but mainly for the purpose of connecting with the consumer and give them an additional website of saying that, well, in addition to this flavor, we also have 10 other flavors that you should try. But if it's used according to the GS1 digital link, you could actually incorporate the best before date in that, and start making use of adding or do the dynamic pricing.
And other things, because there are other initiatives in this ecosystem as well. I know I haven't talked to them directly, but I know you've been telling me about Karma. Karma is sort of a consumer app, isn't it, that is trying to do their contribution. Yes,
they're one of the consumer apps available on the market. There are other ones as well. I frequently use Karma myself, actually, to save some bread from the bakery close to Epicenter. So I pick up some of yesterday's baked bread and bring with me home. And it's a great application to actually market that there is food to save.
So that's what's happening. If there is sort of if there are opportunities at a particular store, then you will get sort of push notification or something in the Karma app telling you that.
Exactly. So you choose yourself which stores you would like to follow, and obviously I only pinpoint the ones that I pass by on my way to the bus. So it's up to every person to select the stores that they want to follow. I think it's great. I mean, it works well, but I would like to see more items. I would like to have more suggestions from my local grocery store, saying that now there's milk and yogurt and butter or eggs or bread to rescue as well.
Yeah, the beauty with this, you know, if we can get it, because right now, if a merchant is buying, say, I don't know, 100 packages of something, or they're baking 100 breads, what you have basically is that you know when you have taken that into your store, you have but the problem you have, unless you have that individual marking, is that your sort of system in the store does not know how your goods are traveling out of the store. But if that could be automated, then you can have your storage level. It's not just like, you know, you have now 30 loaves of breads left or 30 sort of milk cartons. You would know that you actually have 2 which expires today. You have that information. So I think if we can automatically provide that data, then I think you will get more offers if that is being made available, say, via a Karma interface. So right now, I think the stores are probably putting it in manually, these opportunities. But if this can be all automated, then it's a win-win for everybody. So that's what this idea, this patent that we have of ours as well, is that it's really to automate it, because then it actually makes them more efficient. Because it's right now in the stores, you can imagine they have to run around and look for all the products, if they have old products, and they mark it with red notes, and it's all manual. Whereas this will be so much more automatic if we can get it to this level.
No, it's extremely time consuming what's going on in stores today. And I have to say, I mean, I was listening to that webinar yesterday where some stores were explaining their current situation. And I mean, I think they're doing a fantastic job. But I'd love to help them to automate these things moving forward, because it will help them tremendously, and it will help us all.
Yeah, but you will, Linda. This is
I will.
As you said, you're not gonna support the multinationals anymore, because one of the areas that we've made you sort of very much our point woman for is food waste, and I think I couldn't think of a better name, given that you have your background as well with Nielsen, which you have GS1, which is absolutely key, because they are the one who owns the standard for this marking, and you worked there for several years. But also Nielsen is interesting. So comment how you see Nielsen, and what is Nielsen? Because you worked there for many years as well, didn't you?
I spent 10 years with Nielsen, and the last 4 years at the headquarters of Nestle down in Switzerland. Okay. Which was a very exciting time. When it comes to applying dynamic pricing to products, I think the suppliers, in order to know that they can still make a good affair on this, lowering the prices because of the best before date, I think you need to have input on what triggers the consumer. How far do we have to lower the prices in order to drive optimal sales? So definitely moving forward, the analysis and the pricing dynamics are extremely important. And I hope that we can add some value in that area as well.
Yeah, because Nielsen, they have probes, don't they? Yeah, they sort of buy a lot of data from all the grocery stores, and they package that and sell to the suppliers. Isn't that sort
exactly.
of
so it's databases.
The suppliers are blind. They don't know really what's going on at the merchant side, but they know what they deliver, but they really are interested to know in their category what are their competitive position in that category, pricing wise.
Exactly. So when it comes to calculating the market share in the FMCG industry, then definitely Nielsen is your source.
Yeah, no, and I can imagine that they are, and it is a good thing, because it will be some artificial intelligence, AI, in order to help or to understand really how the pricing should be in order to engage the customer in the best possible way. Because I think right now we are in a situation that either you have a full price, and then maybe the stores manually, but how few cases there is with these, court datum, sort of a short date on these products. It's not happening that often. So it's either scrap the product or sell it at full price. And I believe, obviously, if you have more degrees of freedom to try to find a more of a discount scaling, a discount which sort of decreases or increases, the discount increases the closer you get to the best expiry date. I think you can optimize that in some way. And I don't know exactly how, and it might be different for different categories possibly, but it's going to be an interesting intelligence that I guess Nielsen could help out with, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Linda, just to, you've been with us for almost a year.
Yeah.
How is it working for Crunchfish, even if you are our remote girl up in Stockholm? Can you feel like a Crunchfish swimming in Mälaren instead of Öresund?
Well, I prefer the Baltic Sea to Mälaren, but but it's also part of Stockholm.
Yeah.
No, I mean we swim fine up in Stockholm.
Yeah.
As well. Of course, the distance in between us is it's just you say computer screen away nowadays.
Yeah. But we're giving you one person to play with or swim together with, Patrick Sentilini. He's he's a part-time consultant from Tieto, but he's more than 50% of his time. So he's I know he's also have had COVID and everything. So it's been almost similar. He came, what was it, in December he came on board with us, or November, but he started with COVID as well. So it's been a bit difficult for him also to get up to speed. But I guess you have met him at least once. I know you arranged that he could sit.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've been running past each other a couple of times up at Epicenter.
Yeah, okay.
But I will, for next week, see if he's got time to sit down with me, because I do have a lot of questions for Patrick, actually. So
you should see his webinar. When we record this one, the one schemes and settlement, I really would like to recommend it. It's extremely, Patrick is a great he's a teacher basically of what you do. You know how we held this workshop for the entire team and telling everybody about what's going on in the payment world, really, in terms of switching and settlement. And I really like that I did the interview that we released this today, actually, on schemes and settlement.
Yeah.
To explain really, and it's a good one that I think a lot of people who want to understand a little bit what's going on, because digital payments is difficult. You don't really know what's happening. You just know.
No, exactly. Yeah. And no, I have to say I've already listened into it. I follow all the interviews, and I think you guys out there should do it as well.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's therefore I do have a lot of questions for Patrick now that popped up.
Yeah. No, it's good.
No, I mean, it's incredibly inspiring to have such a colleague on the team, and I'll definitely try to take advantage of it.
Yeah. No,
hopefully I can give something back. So.
Yeah. 2 reasons for hiring Patrick. He has promised to teach my wife doing gelato, and then we needed someone for you to play with. That's really the only 2 reasons really we hired him.
Like a Kinder egg, like we usually say, 2 in 1.
Yeah. Well, he knows a little bit about payments as well, so I guess 3 in 1. Yeah, no, it's good, Linda. Linda, hey, I'm really happy, and we're doing this interview Well, yeah, it is January 15th. On Monday, the 18th, we're going to launch our new website. And that's why I rushed you in to do this interview, because I really want you to be our front person in a live interview on food waste. So this one will be there when we put the website live on Monday. I want to thank you for all the, I know it's been hard given that things have changed back and forth, but bear with us. I think it's something will come out of it that you will like. And I think it's the future is ours. I think it's going to be a great 2021, and it's in a lot of areas, food waste, not the least.
Absolutely. Looking forward to Monday to the launch, and also like to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to work with things with a higher purpose.
Yeah, no, that's
like
good.
Food
No,
waste.
but I think you were, for me, when the patent went, I applied for this. This was sort of in, I think, May 2019, but we got it a year later. You had already been with us for a couple of months then, but I said to you, well, because it was granted, Linda, I think you should run with this. This is and it came in the middle of when India was closed anyway, so it was good to start looking at it. And you've done a great job firing up the industry of what's possible. And I'm really happy that all your consumers here in the workshop yesterday said that we like discounts in order to be climate smart, and I don't blame them. So, and I think they are. Let's give them discounts in an automatic way, and then you will see this will change consumer behaviors like we need in the world.
Like we need.
Yeah. No, thanks a lot, Linda, and take care. Have a great weekend, and I'll watch this interview on Monday again on our new website then.
Looking forward.
Okay. Take care then, Linda.
Bye.